Hey guys, Just Starr here with Starr Realty Group at Keller Williams Realty, and I'm just sitting here thinking about the day I had today with my team. And you know, sometimes we forget certain things as realtors, and other times we're really great. We're on top of everything. We've got a ton of stuff going on. We got a lot of moving pieces here, and you know, one of those things is we forget sometimes how difficult it is for our sellers when they're moving. And I know, you know, when we have buyers buying, they're super excited. They want to get out there, want to get in there right away. And just they couldn't be any happier. But sometimes I think even the buyers forget how hard it might be for some of these sellers to sell their homes. And, you know, today we had one of our sweet little sellers, and she wasn't quite ready to get everything out of the house, and we were supposed to be closing today, and she was stressed and didn't want to ask for help. And I have a really wonderful team, and so we decided we were going to go over and help her finish up what she needed to finish up to move the rest of the stuff out of her house. And now, do we do that for everybody? No, we can't. I mean, it's pretty difficult, but you know, whenever we're in a spot where we need to make something happen for somebody, we generally go out of our way so that we can do it. And you know, the tough part for her, she's moving from this house, and she and her husband live there, and he passed away, and so it's just her doing this with 50 years worth of stuff that they've collected together, and it's emotional. And you know, I know a lot of times doing the jobs that we do day in and day out, we're so used to doing things, and it just comes really naturally that we say, okay, you know, make sure the house is broom swept clean. And we might not think what that means to somebody else, but broom swept clean, you know, you just want to make sure there's not crumbs all over the place. The fridge has been wiped out, the stove has been wiped out, but getting to the broom swept clean part, that's really what I was thinking about. And you know, this poor seller, she had this stuff and all these memories, and she was down to the last bit, but it was still all those little things that you might forget. She had, you know, rugs hung up that she forgot to take, and some wreaths hung up, and shelves, and other little knick-knacky stuff that was all over the place, but in the end was a little overwhelming, and she wouldn't have been able to finish it up today if we weren't able to go over there and help her, and we were happy to do it. But you know, when you're selling your house, you know, you need to think of these things ahead of time. We always send an email out to make sure that everybody knows that they have to shut off their utilities if they're our seller, and if they're our buyer, we let them know that they need to turn on those utilities as well as, you know, changing your mailing address and that kind of thing too. So those are things that you tend to forget when you're in the middle of the move. And you know, I had a guy the other day that closed on his house. We told him all about what he needed to do, and he was an international client. He was buying from Shanghai, and he had come back. We were able to close it without him being here. And I just was talking to him and said, you know, so just to be sure and reiterate, you know, you did turn your utilities on. And at that point he said, oh sure, what are utilities? So all of a sudden, you know, we were like, oh my gosh. And again, it was another time that my team was awesome. And I said, you know what, George, let's go into my office. We're going to get everything set up for you. You're in Shanghai, so let alone, you know, turning on your utilities, we're going to make sure you're on auto pay as well, and we get those bank accounts connected, because you're probably not going to be here collecting all your mail. So we wanted to do those kinds of things for him too, to make it as easy as possible. And is that something that we normally do? No, we would love to be able to do it for everybody. And we hopefully will be able to do that later this year as part of our concierge package, just because we want to take care of our clients like they're our babies. It matters to us. But you know, we want to make these transactions as seamless, easy, and enjoyable as possible. And if we can take a little bit of the stress out of it for either the sellers or the buyers, we try to do that every single time. So, you know, these are things as you're moving that you should be thinking about. Have you changed over your credit cards? You know, have you put in a change of address with the post office so that they know where you're going if you do get mail? You know, getting your bills all set up on the auto pay too, because sometimes bills get lost in the mail. You know, it happens more often than not. So those are all huge things. If you have services you need to set up, you know, for this guy, we had even set up automatic fill for his oil tank too, and then made sure that we could put him on auto pay because of the time change and location change. Aw, Lori, you're so cute. Yes, I will have to figure that out and put them on YouTube too. That would make sense because I do so many of these. So Josh Reed, are you listening? If you're still on there, I saw you on there. If you guys have any other tips and suggestions, by the way, that I might be leaving out when somebody is looking to sell their home or purchase, please feel free to post it on there. Thanks, Lori. I know you can. You're awesome. So Anyway, the other stuff, you know, just to think about really is you might have those extra bills like college loans and stuff like that. If you're not on ePay for everything, think about doing that when you're moving, just so that you can streamline everything for yourself. It's a lot less difficult to deal with it ahead of time than trying to backtrack and make up for it. And the last thing you want any move to do is to create credit issues later on for you because you forgot to do something. So if you'd like a checklist just to know about certain things that you might want to do in order to get your house ready to sell and things that you might want to do when you are moving to a new home, we'd be happy to send you a little checklist just so that you can keep those things in mind. Feel free to just either PM me or leave your address here. You can also visit us at starrealtygroup.com. Just to leave us some more details in that too. But there's lots of things just getting ready, and some homeowners are wonderful. So, you know, if you need names of contractors, we want to be your Angie's List for you too. And we have a lot of our clients that call us and say, hey, I forgot to move something out, or do you know a guy that can do this? I want my clients to not think of anybody else for anything else. They don't even need to ask our Simsbury Neighbors Helping Neighbors group. They can ask us because, you know what? We have great relationships with a ton of great contractors. We'd love to give you their names. They do the jobs we expect. They treat you fairly. They give you the prices that you deserve. And sometimes when you move into an area, you just don't know the good guys to call. So we do. And that's another thing that we did for our client George there. He wanted to redo his stairs and his floors and new kitchen cabinets and glass doors, so we coordinated all of that for them too. So thanks, Adita. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for the likes and the love. I always appreciate it. If you guys want to share this, I appreciate that as well. And like I said, if there's anything that we can help you with, or you're looking just to get more details on properties even, we're coming up with a new Best Buy list for the area too. So that's a little teaser for you as well. So if you're looking for what we think the Best Buys are in the Connecticut area, we're creating that list and we'll be sending that out. So just feel free to, again, PM me, shoot me an email, whatever we can do. So needing help to buy your home or sell your home in Connecticut or Lower Massachusetts, my team, Starr Realty Group at Keller Williams Realty, is ready, willing, and able to help you. We look forward to helping you make your dreams come true too. Make it a great day, guys.